Society is a project that happens when horticulturists and farmers and landscapers from the outside meet with students within instructional facilities in Greater Boston.
The New Garden Society is a nonprofit organization
The community focused on skill development
that works to bring hope and healing to our incarcerated neighbors.
By way of sharing the magic and science that is growing food.
knowledge sharing and healing, all through prison gardens and a love of plants.
The project comes to life when we're working together,
In on-site prison gardens, growing food and
flowers, and learning about the way that plants work,
alongside incarcerated individuals
and understanding how we can make careers working with them.
And to provide folks re-entering society vocational training to go forward and enter the workforce.
For work, I am the executive director of Root, a culinary job training and employment program for young adults.
I was the marketing and horticulture manager for Recover Green Roofs. I am now a graduate student studying city planning at UC Berkeley.
And I'm currently working as a horticulturist with a museum.
I work as a vegetable and flower grower.
I'm the lead horticulturist at Newton Cemetery in Arboretum.
I'm the director of horticulture at the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum.
I have been with the New Garden Society for just over 2 years now as a volunteer educator.
During my time there, I was a guest presenter. I was also a volunteer. As the pandemic began, I was doing curriculum development.
I mainly work as the development associate. I do a lot of the fundraising and gathering of resources to make the day-to-day work possible.
I am the director and co-founder of the New Garden Society.
For the New Garden Society, I'm a co-director. Normal times I teach in prison facilities. I also am a lead on fundraising for the organization and do most of our work with the board and advisors.
New Garden Society was brought to my attention 3 years ago by my mentor, Brittany, and she brought a job opportunity to my attention. I went through the interview process and met everyone from the organization and immediately knew that it was a great fit for me.
I learned about the New Garden Society online, applied, and was fortunate to get selected as an educator.
Everyone was really passionate about bringing the opportunity of gardening and growing to incarcerated individuals, and it really showed.
I don't think it's possible to overstate how much the students get out of our programming.
The garden is mainly a respite,
These spaces are really healing spaces.
a chance to get outside,
Have that extra bit of sunlight and fresh air and physical activity and connection to nature.
and get away from all the mental pressures of being in prison.
Make choices about the space, what they're planting, how they're going to manage the space.
The pride, connection to community that our students feel in knowing that the food that they grow is going to people in need in their community.
Our students are engaged, enthusiastic, and passionate about learning. And people who get involved, we're asking one Monday afternoon a month.
People who are volunteering in facilities with us every month, it's a huge commitment. We ask for people to commit to the entire year. That's first is to ask yourself, do I have this space in my life to focus and commit and show up?
Volunteers and guest presenters for the New Garden Society will get reimbursed for travel, both to and from the facility in which they're teaching. They'll also have opportunities to come to staff meeting where professional development in the areas of education and horticulture will be presented.
We provide training and trauma-informed care, and so I think this is a space to learn to be a more compassionate and effective educator for people who have been through a lot in their lives and are in a setting that is not very supportive of learning.
My time with the New Garden Society has also given me a very increased appreciation for the work that I get to do.
I really love connecting with all the students. They have Lots of stories, lots of questions.
My favorite thing about being an educator was talking with and learning from the students.
Any teaching experience is also a learning experience.
One of my favorite experiences with the New Garden Society was always when we got to harvest what we grew.
Trying different salad greens like spicy arugula.
It was great to have that sense of satisfaction and the amazement of what started as a seed and then ended up as something we got to eat together.
It just reminds me of why I love growing plants and growing food.
My favorite thing about being an educator in the state prisons is that how much collaboration and problem solving is like absolutely essential to make the program function. Getting to encounter the creativity and the problem solving and the, sometimes frustrated, sometimes joyful, but resilient spirit of people who are trying to make these gardens work in a really difficult setting is just, it's just incredible.
There is an extreme amount of enthusiasm shared amongst the students.
Volunteers will have the opportunity to form relationships with our students and to carry the mission forward. Programming is the backbone to our organization, and we couldn't do it without volunteers and guest presenters.
It's going to be very different from other years. I envision us working with very small groups of students, working exclusively outdoors, always masked, of course, always distant. The first thing that has to happen for us to be able to start teaching is for the program suspension to be lifted in all the facilities that we work in, right? As an organization, we'll also be holding ourselves to these safety standards to make sure that our educators and our students are as safe as they can possibly be.
For people who are thinking of getting involved with the New Garden Society, I highly recommend it. There's so many projects that you can work on, so many things that you can do that work to your strengths, but also let you, challenge yourself.
I think it's important to bring your particular path in the green industry to the classroom and share that with students.
If you're interested, there's probably a way that your talents can be utilized and can be helpful with us. So
it is by far the most rewarding teaching experience that I've ever had.
For someone who's thinking about getting involved with the New Garden Society, I say attend an information session, learn more.
The people are really wonderful, and there's so many opportunities of things that you can do, whether you want to work inside or outside the prisons.
I spent a year of wanting to be a volunteer educator and not doing it because I was too afraid. I had some anxiety about the unknown and uncertainties of going inside prison walls.
This has been one of the most rewarding and well-supported opportunities I've had a chance to be involved with.
So don't deprive yourself of that opportunity. Don't hold yourself back. Just do it.
I can't say enough good things.
If you're thinking about getting involved, do it. Get involved.
Just do it.
do it.
It's a great way to share your passion for your job and your profession, and it also really has a huge significance on the lives of people that are incarcerated.